What's up, guys? cast aluminum. cast aluminum. And I need a bigger bit for those. What was that? I hope I'm recording. Cast aluminum. And then it's just a friction pin. I have to get that off, which this could be slightly bigger than 13 mil, which is the biggest I burrowed out. And for some reason, those guys do not want to break loose. Okay, got that one out. That one feels like I've completely stripped it. Yep. So I'm going to need to get the drill out to get that guy. And we need another wrench. Now, I probably should have taken this one off first. Need another 11 millimeter, it feels like. Like that. And let's go get a pry bar. And we need a adjustable wrench to go with the 11 millimeter. Good bit of copper in that. That should be real nice copper too. Now we're just trying to figure out how to get the rest of this off. Let's get this guy off because it looks like it's holding something in. How else? Oh, there is another one there. Of course there's another one there. Cast aluminum, steel shims, steel bolt. This piece is cast aluminum. We got three bearings I'll try and liberate here. Looks like this guy needs to come off, and that'll slip off. This can be pushed off. So try and take care of that in the shop. So that is all cast now. That's cast. That I need to check with the magnet. It may be cast aluminum as well. That needs to be punched out. I need to cut the ground off this. Actually, no, I've got this guy out here. I'll go ahead and remove it. Now I've got my motor loose. So this can go back in the shop. So I'll take the rest of this down, and then I've just got to break that apart. I don't have to, but it'll at least be easier to get in the truck if I break it apart. Okie dokie. Okay, so I've done a little bit off camera for the Ryobi BT3100 Tablesaw. I got the main thing it is I got the bearings off of the drive shaft. It's a pretty hefty little drive shaft. Might consider keeping that. This big part, which was on the shaft and keyed in here, this is cast or extruded aluminum that's been machined. So that's a nice little piece there. This is cast aluminum. Okay, I got this one piece off. It's just got a pin in here, so I just need to pull the pin out to get it off. These are T-bolts that held on the rails, which I am keeping the rails for now at least. They're still anyway, so I'm just setting them aside so that I can use them hopefully with a project. These bits are all still here, which are the arbor plates, arbor nut, and whatnot that went along with it. I'm also going to keep these for time being, just in case I can use them for another project. I like building machines that do things, so these bits are still and are of no use to me. I do not have a steel bucket right now. I'll just set them aside. I think I'm going to keep. This is cast aluminum as well. This is actually off of a BT3000 table saw that the one on the BT3100 was plastic, and I did not like it. It felt flimsy in my hand, so I actually picked up a used dead 3000 saw, which used the exact same parts everywhere except for this handle, which was cast. And so I robbed the cast of that, or that saw of it. Just need to get this. Nope, not that one either. So it's bigger than a 15, but smaller than a 20. So yeah. I've got another of these cases that I'm going to be putting together here soon also. Hopefully one of these will fit it. There we go. No. That one's slim as well. That one's going to be too big. I don't see my other batch around here. Yep, too big. Too big. Too small as well. Okay, let's try. extruded cast. Let's go ahead and get this pin out. I need to do a cleanup around here. I've got tools all over the place again. Pen is not wanting to move. I think I'm not going to be able to get it with that. It's a roll pin. Knocked it a bit through. There we go. Yeah, I've got another tool case to put together here so that I've got a little bit more room. Oh, wherever that piece went, so then I go to that one that's cast as well. That's steel. Nice piece of threaded rod. Hold on to that for now, just in case I can use it for something. These guys are the brushes for the motor. So I did take apart part of the motor here, just getting it separated. Got a little bit of copper here. What appears to be copper at least. That'll be steel, the springs are steel, and these guys are carbon. Now on the motor, on the armature, we've got some nice thick copper. This is heavily shellacked so we're not going to bother with trying to get this off. I've already gotten the bearings off of it as well. And this one destroyed itself as I was trying to get it off. So we'll just toss this into our copper bucket and we'll throw it into the crucible and melt it off. Now for the stator. Again, we have what looks like nice copper. It's heavily shellacked again. Let's go ahead and cut all this stuff off. And it is 4th of July weekend, so I may pull that aluminum out of my truck and melt it. I don't know. I've got 4 days to work with here, so we shall see. Okay, so this can all go into our wire. Go ahead and take the brass off the ends. I'm not sure if there's brass in those connectors or not. There may be a tiny bit of brass in there. So those will go into the bucket to get the plastic removed. This is all waste. Don't have my waste bucket in here. So this one hopefully will be an easier one to get out. It's just these 2 coils, so we shall see here. Steel. Like I said, I don't have a steel bucket here. I don't have any buckets here because they're all in the truck at the moment. This, I believe, was cast as well. Yeah, that's. I don't know if that's. It's heavy to be aluminum, so it's probably a zinc casting, but it is not ferrous. Let's see if we can get you out of there. Okay. Well, I said this would be easy, but they got it packed in here pretty good. It's coming free, it's just taking a little longer than I expected it to. Okay. There's one hunk of copper. There's the other hunk of copper. And this, remove these, may have interest elsewhere. This is steel, and it's higher graded steel from what I understand. Usually can go into prepared steel. I am going to set it aside and see if my Star Wars guys want it. They can make a couple of different things out of that. These can just go straight into the bucket for melt. I'm not even going to bother taking the tape off. That'll burn off easily, along with all the shellac on it. So it's a decent little haul. There is some brass in here as well. Looks like might have to drill those out. Definitely seal whatever those are. Well, that's too small. That's too small. Slide stress. Ooh. Not moving, so yep, definitely gotta drill those pins out. I don't see them going all the way through, but did I move it a little bit? Maybe I did move it a little bit. Yeah, I did move it a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. Yeah, it's moving. It's actually a nice hefty piece of brass. Two nice pieces of brass. That's plastic. Again, that's just going to probably get set aside to go to the Star Wars guys. They can make something really nice out of it, I'm pretty sure. Let me walk over to that box. So we did get a little bit of brass, a little bit of copper. Water does not belong to it. The cord for this I'm actually going to keep intact. You know, it's a nice, I think it's about a 10-foot cord, but it's got a switched socket in place here as well. So I'm going to use it in, to create something, to make a machine. So, it's a nice, easy off switch. You turn the tool on, and when this is down, you just hit the cover and it turns it off. So, yeah, it's too nice of a switch and cord to just to recycle. So I'm going to use it elsewhere. And that is it for the Ryobi BT3100 Tablesaw breakdown and scrapping. There's a lot of aluminum in it, a lot of cast aluminum in it. I didn't even show you the tables, the two top tables for it that are the wings are also cast aluminum. The rails on it are extruded aluminum and are approximately like 3 feet long. Let me grab them. So you got a rail similar to this, front and back. It's got a 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 32-inch scale on here, plus another couple inches here, and like 6-8 inches here. So it's over 3 foot long. There's, like I said, 2 of these, one front, one back, slightly different profile. But I'm going to again try to use these in my shop. Build a table that's the same size as the deck on it, and see if I can't use it. See if I can't use the rails and the table saw fence on this. The table saw also comes with 2 fences. One is the standard fence that goes 90 degrees parallel to the blade, and then there's one that works on the miter table itself. Let me grab those real quick and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is one of the wings, which is set up for a router table as well. Again, this is cast aluminum. The only piece that you need to remove is you do need to remove this this clamp that locks it into the rails. That is steel, but otherwise it's a nice big piece of cast aluminum. This table saw, and part of the reason that I bought it, and main reason I bought it, didn't come with a miter gauge that's, like the traditional style. This came with a sliding miter table. Top of this is again cast aluminum. The bottom is steel. So I do have to remove that before I do anything. And then this fence indexes into one of these holes and indexes through this gauge here, and allows you to set your angles. It was, this saw came out in the, oh my gosh, probably back in the 80s, if not early 90s. This was in America revolutionary. It was the best small table saw on the market, bar none. It was able to be fine-tuned and do precision woodwork on it. This gauge was 10 times better than, or 1,000 times better than any of the miter gauges that came on any of the other saws. So it made a huge difference in woodworking. So there was a cult following for this saw. A website was generated early on for it, and it's sad that it has gone by the wayside. Still, if this saw in its current or in its last form was still on the market, it would still be doing well, in my opinion. It was just so far ahead of its time. It was one of the first saws to have a riving knife in America. You know, a lot of people made a lot of modifications to this saw to make it even better than it was. But Ryobi did, you know, a great job on this saw, and we were sorry to see it go. And still, many of us can't figure out why it went away. It was by far one of the best table saws on the market. Anyway, so that'll do it for this video. A lot of cast aluminum in this, a lot of extruded aluminum, a little bit of copper from the motor and the wiring. Not surprised there that there was limited copper. I mean, it's a table saw. It's not a complicated machine. Got a cord, a switch, and a motor. This one was set up a little differently than a lot of them. Most of them from that era were direct drive motors. This one was a belt drive arbor, which again made it a little nice because if you hit something and stalled the blade, the motor could just slip on the belts and save the motor. I mean, it was a really good saw and lasted a very long time. I bought this saw back in, oh gosh, I want to say 98, 99, somewhere in that general vicinity, and maybe a year older than that, or newer than that. But it lasted until about a year ago when it finally died on me. The motor died, and I couldn't source a replacement, so time to scrap it and time to move on to a new saw, which I moved on to a Metabo HPT 36 volt cordless table saw that's 10 inches and does great as well. So you know, it's been able to do everything I've thrown at it. The only thing I miss is the sliding miter table. But anyway, that's it today, guys. Have a good one.